What's going on YouTube? QKG here, and we are finally back with these Dirty Bomb Mercenary Spotlights. And I know it's been a minute, mainly just because, your boy been busy. I ain't gonna say too much about that, but also, just the game, I was just playing so much of it, man. Just, gotta take a break. Sometimes it can be too much, sometimes it can just, not really, fun anymore. So, gotta make sure you take a break, make sure it's a fresh, cool sip glass of water instead of it just being, the same recycled shit over and over and over again, just because, before that Containment War update, it was just pretty much the same thing for months. Well, just some updates here and there, but the game still is a pretty fun game. But anyway, let's just that don't even matter. Let's just go ahead and jump right into this Mercenary Spotlight. And like I said, we are actually on number 10, so we finally hit double digits. And the same thing always goes. Leave a comment down below on another Merc I should review, because you guys actually have been giving me some good feedback. Like I've been having people telling me to do Stoker that just came out. People telling me to do Nader, which is pretty cool. Just like, keep giving some feedback with your boy. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So first off, Pheonix is gonna be, your standard, your medic in this. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be a standard medic, but he's gonna have standard stats when it comes to the other soldiers. He's gonna have 100 health and 430 sprint. Usually, other soldiers have 110 health and 420 sprint. But he does, have a little bit lower health, but he does have higher health than like a Aura or a Sparks or anything like that, which is pretty cool. And he has some new abilities that the other medics don't have. Each medic has something different that they can bring to the table. And with this Merc coming out, he was actually, held back on just like a lot of balancing, just because the stuff I might say might sound a little bit OP. He does have his healing pulse, which is actually this pulse that he charges with his hand, and the longer you charge it, the more healing radius it's gonna have, and the more healing amount is actually gonna affect your life bar and your teammates. So the longer you charge it, the more health you're gonna recover, and the more radius it's gonna cover as well. So it's just not like a healing station where it's like gradually going up in small increments, or like in a health pack where you throw it, it starts up and then your health regenerates kind of faster. So it has its perks there, but you just have to make sure you are by your teammates and actually in the fight, instead of just throwing a health pack or just setting a healing station down. So the other thing, which I think the reason why they had to pull him back on some type of balancing, was the fact that this man has self-revive. This man can literally revive himself. Just actually has to be charged up. It's not like Nader's Martyrdom, which needs to get patched. But Nader's Martyrdom, usually every time you die, you can blow yourself up. But no, he doesn't be able to do this every single time he dies. If he did, that shit'd be OP. But pretty much, kill him when his self revive is charged up. He'll hold F. He'll instantly get back into the fight. It's actually very useful when it comes to you being the only medic, or you being one of the medics and your other ones are down, and then they forget, oh my god, I shot a Pheonix. Yeah, he's dead, but you gotta realize it's a Pheonix. He's gonna revive himself, and there's that slight chance that he's gonna get back up, heal everybody else, and then kill everybody else at the same time, because he's actually not a very kill heavy Merc. You can definitely get kills with him, no problem, but it's not something you really want to go for with this Merc. It's just kind of like, like a second thing to do. You really want to make sure that your team is actually getting healed and actually playing your healing role, because Sawbones, he can actually do both. Sawbones is actually very good when it comes to killing and healing people. Spark, she's like a glass cannon. Her revive gun can actually get a one-hit kill, but she's very, very weak at the exact same time. And then Aura is also a glass cannon as well. She has speed with shotguns, which actually can make a very, very deadly combination. But I guarantee you shoot her ass in the foot like 4 times, she's dead. So pretty much, when it comes to those other two Mercs, their glass cannon, Sawbones is probably one of my favorite and most balanced ones out of them. But when it comes to Pheonix, he's actually pretty unique when it comes to this, is because I do like the fact that he can revive himself, but at the same time, it kind of gets a little, I'm not gonna say like it defeats the purpose of other medics, but it's very useful when other medics may get down, because yeah, you may have like maybe a few good medics, but what happens if they're all dead? Then that means your entire team is gonna end up just getting destroyed unless they can pick you up and revive you. So with that being said, I do think that the self revive is very useful. But also, if, let's just say for an example, you finally get you actually kill the Pheonix, and then he's you don't even know if he's gonna self revive yet, and then you die and his whole team is dead. He self revives and revives everybody, and boom, that's it. So pretty much he can actually change the tide of the fight. just by using his self revive and healing people. So just make sure, when you're playing this Merc, just do those simple things, and then you're gonna do 100% fine. And also, I would have to say the one gun that I actually did fine with was the Keck 10. I did have some pretty good games with the Keck 10. I had some bad games with the Keck 10, but when it comes to damage and just overall, just actually, getting the job done with kills, the Keck 10 seemed to work more for me. The Hotchford was pretty good, and also the Kryzini. He really has a good selection of weapons. When it comes out of those choices, there's not really one that's like a clear, definite one you want to pick, even though people will say that the Keck 10, is that submachine gun, that go-to gun when it comes to subs. But I would definitely have to say the Keck 10 was one of my favorites. The Kryzini is also a very nice choice, and then the Hotchford is a pretty nice rush weapon, and you get plenty of ammo and a pretty nasty fire rate. So when it comes to the weapons, you can pretty much pick either one of those, and you'll be able to get the job done. So I mean, like, it really doesn't really matter which gun you pick, or just it pretty much just goes on how you like the design or how you like the way they work. Pretty much that's gonna pretty much be it when it comes to the guns. So that's the one thing that worked for me with the guns. And lastly, I'm gonna actually tell you some ways to be able to counter him, just some of his weaknesses and stuff like that. So first off, the one thing that you definitely want to do is kill him completely. When he's down, actually shoot him completely to where he's dead, and you want to make sure he is fucking black and white on the ground. Do not get him down. Do not give him a chance to revive himself. If he is down, spray his ass, knife him, do something, kill his ass, because he will self-revive, fuck everybody up, because I've done it plenty of times with this Merc. Also, make sure if you see a Pheonix that's actually steering off from the pack, pick his ass off easily. He can waste his quick revive if he I was like, say quick revive, I'm playing too much Call of Duty. His self revive if he wants to, or just when he's actually in a bunch like a group with a bunch of people, pick his ass off first, because he can that actually healing charge actually charges up pretty quick. You can charge it up full, boom, blast it up, go through a few gun battles here and there, and then charge it up and do it again and heal everybody. So it's pretty cool when it comes to, just make sure you target him. But if there's like a Rhino, in the game or anything like that, and you have a bunch of medics, bruh, I'm gonna say, bruh, it's about to be GG for your ass, because medics with, strong team comp is pretty deadly. So make sure you pick out the medics, and also make sure you pick out the ones that are going to do the most damage. So pretty much, guys, I just wanted to go ahead, try a new format with these Dirty Bomb Mercenary Spotlights. I'm actually going to focus on the Mercs instead of more focusing on the weapons, because I think there's not really a weapon I haven't covered yet. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. As always, leave a comment down below on any of the Mercs that you want me to go ahead and review next. And as always, thank you guys for tuning in. This is Quentin with Quentin Knows Games, and peace out.